All right. Okay. Some people may be still joining. I'll just carry on. If you take a simple figure like this, that this is the midpoint. These are the 3 points. All of you can hear me?
Yes, sir.
And the video
Yes, sir.
board is also clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So if you take 3 lines like this, which are parallel and they're perpendicular to this line, if they're not perpendicular, also not an issue. But if they're like this, okay. If these two lengths are equal, even these two lengths will be equal, and this length will be average of these two. In our particular question, this is R, this is M, this is N. So R is equal to M plus N by 2, or 2R equal to M plus N. If you are not able to see this way, okay, directly, let me draw again here. This is 90, 90, 90, these two are equal. We can construct one line like this, okay. This total length is M and this is R. So this small length will be M minus R. This small length is N, this total is R. So this small length will be R minus N. These two are vertical opposite angles. This is 90, this is 90. So obviously these two angles are also equal. And this is equal to this is equal to this. So these two are also equal. Because of that, this triangle and this triangle are congruent. All of you, please turn on your video. Okay. You can see a message from Kalyani madam. Okay. So because these two are congruent triangles, this length and this length are same. So M minus R equal to R minus N, and that side 2R equal to M plus N. We are trying to do by here pure geometry. We can also do by coordinate geometry. But what is the question anyway? 31. We have 2 points A and B. Take these two as ends of diameter. That circle will definitely pass through O because OAB is 90. And this is the center. And if you draw tangent at O, from A there will be some perpendicular distance. From B there will be some perpendicular distance. If this perpendicular distance is M, this perpendicular distance is N, what is the diameter? This length. But that is same as this length. Okay. That is going to be this is going to be average of these two. I guess we can do some other way also. Let me see just a minute. I'm interested in finding this length basically. Okay, that I want to prove it as M plus N. I don't know what is this height, right? Do I know? I don't know. So you can do like this. Okay, so this is the actual figure which I converted like this and making this statement. And if somebody is not clear about this, I proved this way. How to prove by coordinate geometry? Let us see that. Take this as A comma 0, this as 0 comma B. What is the equation of circle with A comma 0 and 0 comma B is ends of diameter? X minus A into X minus 0 plus Y minus 0 into Y minus B equal to 0. That is X square plus Y square minus AX minus BY equal to 0. Okay. At origin, what is the tangent? You have to do S1 equal to 0. When you do S1 equal to 0, I'll get 0 here, minus AX by 2 minus B by 2. So finally, I'm getting AX plus BY equal to 0 as the tangent. Now, my M will be perpendicular distance from 0 comma B to this, which is B square by root A square plus B square. N will be A comma 0 from that perpendicular distance. From A comma 0, when you find perpendicular distance to this, it will be A square by root A square plus B square. Now, when you add M plus N, what is that? Root over A square plus B square. But what is root over A square plus B square distance between them, which is actually diameter. So there also we can prove M plus N equal to 4. You don't have to prove by pure geometry. You have to get an idea that the similar triangles and this is average of these two and all that. Simply by coordinate geometry also we are able to prove. Is it clear to everyone? 31.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sorry if somebody has some confusion that you try to join first there and then Google Meet came here and all that. Okay. Unless I take a class for you, I don't know how that app is. Okay. Any problems and all. Okay. We'll carry on with the Zoom. Just we wanted to. All right.
Sir,
Yes, please.
sir, in Gmail also one meeting is there, sir. That is also.
That is Google Meet only. In Gmail only, what you get is called Google Meet.
Thank you.
Okay. 32. Anybody has doubt? No. 33. Anybody has doubt? 32 or 33. Anybody want to give an idea how to do 32? Yes, Surya, you want to tell anybody how to do 32?
Sir,
Yes, Pranay.
the take center as x comma x.
Yeah.
That will get try give the will get the general equation, sir.
Yeah. If a circle is touching both x and y axis and that too in first quadrant, if you take a radius as r, center will be r comma r. Right? But with this, first of all, this line is in which quadrant? X-intercept is positive and y-intercept is negative. X-intercept positive, y-intercept negative means fourth quadrant it is intersecting. This is a given line. 3x minus 4y equal to 12. Okay. So this is 4 comma 0. This is 0 comma minus 3. So we have one circle like this. One circle like this. Yeah, in first quadrant also we'll get a circle like this. In this quadrant also we'll get a circle like this. Actually, there are 4 answers. For 32, there are 4 answers. Okay. One is a circle like this. Another one is somewhat like this. Okay. Another one is somewhat like this. Another one is somewhat like this. Okay. You can take options and you can verify. You can take each option, take the center, take the radius. From center, you find perpendicular distance to the given line, whichever is equal to the radius. You can verify that way. All right. Otherwise, if subjectively you want to do it, there are 2 ways to do it. One is you can use properties of triangle. Right? Smaller equal to delta by s for radius of in circle. This length is 4, this is 3, this is a, this is 5. A value, B value, C value, you know, sides of a triangle. Smaller equal to delta by s, R1 equal to delta by s minus a, R2 is delta by s minus b, R3 is delta by s minus c. And once you know radius, that is good enough. If this radius is 5, definitely center is 5 comma 5. If this radius is 2, definitely center is 2 comma minus 2. If this radius is some 6, definitely it is 6 comma minus 6 because fourth quadrant. If radius is 4 here, it will be minus 4 comma minus 4 because third quadrant. You have to use that r equal to delta by s, those formulas. Or another way to do this is, I am going to take this point as r comma r. No, r comma minus r. R comma minus r. And radius, I'm not going to take it as r, I'm going to take as mod r. R I can take, no problem. But basically, when I take radius as mod r, I'll be covering both second and fourth quadrant, both. If I take center as r comma minus r, radius mod r, if r is positive, you will be in fourth quadrant. If r is negative, you will be in second quadrant. Both will be covered. From here to that line, you can use perpendicular distance formula. 3 into r minus 4 into minus r minus 12 by root over 3 square plus 4 square should be equal to mod r. If a line is tangent to a circle from the center, perpendicular distance equal to radius. We will get this time. 3r plus 4r is 7r minus 12 by 5. You can send that side. We'll get mod 5r. That is 7r minus 12 equal to plus r minus 5r. If I take plus 5r, r will come 6. If I take minus 5r, r will come 1. All right. 6 is correct. 2r equal to 12, r is 6. If I minus 5r, r equal to 1. So when r is 1, center is 1 comma minus 1, radius 1. When r is 6, center is 6 comma minus 6, radius 6. You'll get these two answers. If you want both first and third quadrant, I am going to take center as r comma r and radius as mod r, not r. I want to take radius as mod r. Okay. Because if r is positive, I'll be covering first quadrant, and if r is negative, I'll be covering the fourth quadrant. All right. So how to, for that, when I apply distance formula, here we will not get minus r, we will get plus r. Okay. At that time, we will get 3r minus r minus 12 by 5 is equal to mod r. That is mod r minus 12 is equal to mod 5. Okay. R minus 12 equal to plus r minus 5. If you take plus 5r, r is coming minus 3. And if you take minus 5r, r is coming 2. Okay. So if you take this third quadrant, the center is minus 3 comma 3, but radius is 3. Mod r equal to 3. If you take first quadrant, it is 2 comma 2 and radius. I hope I wrote everything fine. No. 3r minus, sorry, it is r plus 2. And it will be reverse. 4r equal to 12, so r equal to 3. So this will be 3 comma 3, radius 3. And if it is minus 5r, it is minus 2. So this will be minus 2 comma minus 2. Yes. Okay, so I'm trying to find all four. In the first quadrant, what I got is center 3 comma 3, radius 2. Okay. So apart from verifying from the options, if you want to do subjectively, if you take center as r comma r, radius mod r, and from center perpendicular distance equal to radius to the line you apply, you'll get two values of r. One is in first quadrant, one is in fourth quadrant. If you want to cover second and fourth, sorry, one in the first and third. If you want to cover second and fourth quadrant, take center as r comma minus r, radius as mod r. Is it okay? 32, everybody? Okay.
Yes, sir. Sir.
Any doubt about 33? 33, do you notice that there are two parallel lines?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Then it is very, very easy, right? Whenever two lines are parallel, if a circle is touching both of them, its center should lie on mid-parallel line. How will you find that mid-parallel line? Take this constant and this constant, take average directly. For example, one line is 3x minus 4y equal to 10. Other line is 3x minus 4y equal to minus 30. When you take average of 10 and minus 30, it is minus 10. So directly the mid-parallel line is 3x minus 4y equal to minus 10. So if any circle is touching both these parallel lines, its center should lie on this mid-parallel line. But they also said center should lie on x plus 2y equal to 0. So all this and this will get the center. Is it clear? 32, 33? Okay, once you know center, our radius is very easy. What is that? You find distance between the two parallel lines, half of that, because the distance between the parallel lines is diameter. You know diameter, radius already, only you have to know center by solving this and this. Anybody still any doubt left regarding 33? I think I should stop this share screen in between for recording purpose. Okay. So 32, 33. Any doubt about 34? Anybody?
Yes, sir.
Okay. First of all, how many of you tried till 60?
I tried, sir.
Okay, maybe I should ask how many of you are not tried, because most
Sir,
of you
tried,
tried.
sir.
Right.
Right, sir.
Okay.
Right.
Aditya, up to where you tried?
68 right, sir.
Up to 60 tried. Okay. Raj Rishi.
Sir, tried, sir.
Very good. All right. Okay, somebody asking 34. If the circle touches both the coordinate axis and lies in third quadrant, then the length of the chord intersected by the circle on some other. Okay. Okay. So touching in third quadrant, it is lying like this. So your circle is like this. Okay. And what does the constant tells you actually? If you take a circle, what constant will give you what height? First of all, C is positive, it's fine. If in a circle, the constant number, what does it represent? Anybody want to give any idea? In a circle equation, what does constant give you?
It doesn't pass through origin.
Yeah, if constant is there, it doesn't pass the origin. Yes. But as you change the constant number, what property of the circle is changing?
Radius will change. Center will be
Changes radius.
Okay, radius will change. Or let me ask question another way. Different centers, but same different circle equation, same constant, but centers are changing. G
The
value changing,
concentric circles.
G value changing, F value changing, but C value is not changing. For all those circles, what is the common feature?
Radius is common.
No, G changing, F is changing. How can radius be same?
Okay, okay.
G is changing, F changing in any way you want, but C is, let us say,
Sir, they
7.
will all lie on a line, sir.
No. You are saying the
1
centers
minute.
will lie on a
1
line.
minute.
No. You can take G and F, whatever you want, any number, I don't care, but constant should be 7, let us say. If I say, you will say very easy.
Then 1 minute. 7.
Okay.
All of them will have a common chord or tangent.
Common chord as tangent.
Or tangent.
Not necessarily. Because if
Sir,
you
their
subtract,
common chord pass origins.
their common chord pass the origin. Yes, that is correct. Out of this family, you take any two, their common chord passes the origin. Okay. Anything else further? Anyway, length of tangent from origin is same for all of them. Because for origin, when you apply root S11, what will come?
Constant.
Constant.
Root of
Yeah.
A.
So for all of them, the circle may be bigger, smaller, they may be changing, but length of tangent from origin will not change. So here, coming to this present question, this length is root C, this is also root C, because you said it is in third quadrant, touching both. Okay. Anyway, you can also understand G square equal to F square equal to C. We know that condition anyway, but still. So this point is minus root C comma minus root C. That is the center because of the figure wise. Anyway, x plus y plus root C. What is that line? Is exactly passing through these 2 points. X-intercept minus root C, y-intercept minus root C. Okay, this circle and this line. Now you tell me the circle and line are intersecting at 2 points. What is the distance between them? What is this length?
Root out is
Root of 2C. That's it. Root 2 times this length. So this will be root 2C. Directly option A. I'm just visualizing the question.
they're
If you
asking
don't,
half of that.
length of the chord intersects by the circle on the line. This is a line. This is a full circle. The intercept length is this. Is it okay? The line is intersecting the circle here and here. The distance between them is this. If you don't want, then we'll obviously use 2 root r square minus d square formula. 2 root. What is the radius of this circle? Root c. So square is c. What is d? from here to this line perpendicular distance from minus root c comma minus root c. When you find distance to that line, you will get root c by root 2 whole square. When you take this 2 inside, you will get 4c square minus 2c square, no, 4c minus 2c, which is root 2c. Okay, either way or from the figure directly. Is it okay? 34 now? Nayan, is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Because this is a particular line I'm doing from the figure, let them give any other line, I would have done by 2 root r square minus this formula. Okay, 35. Anybody any doubt? No doubt. The given line is anyway tangent to first circle. If for it to be tangent to second circle, you can apply from center perpendicular to radius, or you can take a general tangent and compare anything. 36. You can see on the screen. Anybody any doubt? $37. $38. $39. $40. $41.
The 41.
41. Okay. The equation of circle that touches y-axis at a distance 4 units from the origin and cuts off an intercept of 6 on x-axis. Okay. Like this. This point is 0, 4, and this length is 6 from here to here. Of course, there will be 4 such circles. One here, one here, one here, one here. Right? At a distance of 4 means it can be up or down. Intercept 6, you can get on this side or this side. Okay. I'll try to do from the figure. I'll try to also do by formulas. If you take the center, it should be straight in this line and it should pass through this midpoint here. Right? Okay. Now, what is this thing? This height is 4, so this is 4. And this total is 6 means this is 3, this is 3, so this is 5 now. If this is 5, this is also 5. This is 5, this is 4, so the center is 5, 4. Okay, first I could make out this height is 4, half of this is 3, based on that radius is 5. Because radius is 5, x coordinate of this is 5. You know, center and radius. Okay, so that is x minus 5 whole square plus y minus 4 whole square is equal to 0. The radius square is 5 square. When I expand, it is x square plus y square minus 10x minus 8y plus 16 equal to 0. They gave only option D covers only 2 answers, but actually all 4 are correct. What is that? You can put minus plus 4, minus here, plus here, plus minus, minus plus, all the 4 cases. Why? Because other one will be image of this with respect to y-axis. How will you find image of anything with respect to x-axis? Replace y with minus y. If you want this, it is the image with respect to y-axis, replace x with minus x. So replace x with minus x or y with minus y or both. You'll get other answers. So option D is correct, 2 options, but there are 2 more options also, where plus 10x and plus or minus 8y can go. Or plus 8, same option but plus 8 is the other 2 answers. Yeah. Anything else? Anybody has doubt up to 41? Shall I scroll back or show anything? $42. Anybody has doubt? 43, any doubt?
Doubt, sir.
43 is indirectly pole. We have not yet discussed about pole. We'll discuss once again because these formulas are these are covering formulas a little further. But the question is, we have a circle, we have a line that intersecting at 2 points. There, when you draw tangent, they'll intersect at a point. For this point is a chord of contact, S1 equal to 0. And for this line, this point will be like pole. Okay. So if you want to already this point is mentioned A comma B. Do S1 equal to 0 and compare with the given line. That's the best.
Sir, should we compare directly coefficients or write in terms of like fraction type?
Yeah, we have to compare means not equate, compare only. That is x coefficient by x coefficient, y coefficient by y coefficient, constant by constant.
Okay, sir.
So just find S1 equal to 0 for A comma B. You'll get a chord of contact. That should be same as the given line. Compare with. Okay. 44, any doubt? Similar question, 44. Okay. In fact, you can take options and do S1 equal to 0. Take 44, each option do S1 equal to 0, whichever gives the question line, that is correct. 45, any doubt? (46). The tangent of the circle touches this the point of right, not AB. So to know the point of contact. Okay. 47, anybody has doubt? This is also same as that previous one. 48, anybody has doubts? Okay. 48, there are different ways to understand. Method 1, we do S1 equal to 0, we'll get a line in terms of t. Take each option and substitute in that. For a particular option, when you substitute, everything will cancel, including t, and you will get 0. That means whatever t you take, that S1 equal to 0 is passing through that point, and that is the answer. That is from the options. You can do S1 equal to 0, and without option also you can make out. How is that? What is S1 equal to 0 will come? X into 2t, y into t minus 4, minus 2x, minus 2 into t minus 4, minus 3y, minus 3 into t minus 4, plus 1 equal to 0. All right. Now, when you expand this, after that, wherever t is there, you separate. You'll get t into some line equation will come, plus some other line equation will come. What does that will represent? A family of concurrent lines. One line plus t into another line equal to 0. Solve these two. Okay. You will get the point of concurrence of the family of lines. Directly get the option. Is it okay, Nayan?
Uday asked it, sir.
Uday, sorry. Uday, is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Something else also is there. 2t comma t minus 4. Forget about everything else. What is the locus of this point alone when t changes? That will be x minus 2y.
X by 2 is equals to y.
X minus 2y equal to 8. From this, if you remove 2 times this, we get 8. Yes. Okay. Now, for this, the locus of this point is this. For this line, there is a pole. That pole is only answer. Why? The circle is there and the line is there. If you take different points and find the chord of contact, okay, they're all concurrent at one point. That point is only called pole. Anyway, in the theory, we are not yet come this far. I'll explain pole and polar in the next class, whenever it is. Okay. But you can do any one of them. All right, 48. So we discuss 3 methods. One is find the locus of this given point, which is a line, and find pole of that. Otherwise, simply do S1 equal to 0, and in that you substitute all the options. Or S1 equal to 0, split it wherever t is there and wherever t is not there. It represents a family of concurrent lines. You can find the point of concurrence. 49, any doubt? For finding the pole, you don't have to remember any formula. If you want to, you can remember some formula is there. But otherwise, take each option to S1 equal to 0, whichever gives the question. Okay. What is inverse point? I'll explain in detail. Right now, I'll just tell one small thing only. If you take a circle, take a point outside that and draw two tangents. And this is the chord of contact. And join to the center. This point will be there. This is P, this is Q, this is center. For this point, this is inverse point, and for this point, this is inverse point. Let's say P is given to you and they want Q. How will you find? Find polar of P or chord of contact of P, you'll get this line. Then find foot of center on that line, you'll get Q. Or you can find foot of P on that line also, you'll get Q. So first P is given to you. This one is S1 equal to 0. Or that how to find this point? Either foot of P or foot of C on this line. Or solve this line and this line also, you'll get that point. Okay, but what is exactly definition of inverse point and why we are taking this, I'll explain. Okay. 51, any doubt? (52) Basically, conjugate lines means pole of the first line should satisfy the second line, or pole of second line should satisfy the first line. So there's a formula, you can remember that. It will be a little difficult and we don't use that often. For second line, you can find the pole and then that pole you can substitute the first line. 53 is quite straightforward. Similarly, conjugate lines. 55 is quite similar to what I discussed just now about the T and that thing. Okay. Up to 55. Anybody want to ask any doubt? Shall I scroll back and explain something? Okay. 56. Anybody any doubt? I did not read the question at all. If somebody has doubt, I will read. Okay, 57. Any doubt? (58) 58 indirectly they're asking pole. 15. Kalyan Kaushik, what do you want? You are raising your hand. 59. Okay.
Son, my network is weak.
Okay, fine. Up to 60. Any other doubt? 59. Somebody was. Okay. The distance between polar of this point with respect to this and polar of inverse point of P with respect to the same circle. Oh, fine. Here, right here, figure is there. See, if you take this figure, polar of P is this line. Polar of Q is this line. And if you want distance between them, there's nothing but distance between P and Q. Okay. For that, you don't have to waste your time finding Q also. I'll tell you what to do. This is C. P is inside or outside? Let me check. 9 plus 4, 13. Minus 10. P outside. Yeah. This is C. This is Q. This is P. Okay. You don't have to really find inverse point and all that. You have to just know this is the inverse point. Or polar of P is this line. Polar of P is this line. You want this distance. We also know inverse point definition is Cp into Cq is R square. From here to here, from here to here, length is R square. Because you know P, you can find Cp. You know R square. From that, you can find Cq. So if you want PQ, it is Cp minus Cq, Cp minus R square by Cp. You know distance between center and the point P. You know radius square. Use this one. You'll get PQ. Is it okay for 59? Okay. Visible. Okay. So in that case, I can discuss about tangent, condition, pole, polar once again now. Okay. I'm sure many of you read the theory on your own. Okay. But still we'll continue. Or I'll do one thing. Just only 5 minutes, 10 minutes. But today, just only clarify doubts. You take your time to, you can just go through the theory. Monday or no, Tuesday, we'll continue the rest of the theory. Okay. So mainly logarithms you have to revise. Okay. Because your next exam also going to be circles, because we'll be doing advanced material thoroughly in the next 2 weeks. Okay. We'll be completing the MSET questions fully, and you will also trying advanced. Okay. So I'm going to give circles a little lighter only, this and less questions this Monday exam. So I'll stop now. Okay. And again, we'll meet on Tuesday. All right.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.